Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of the Brazilian Jiu-jitsu Hour podcast. Stefanis Kokis, as always. With me is Cody Tuttle and Michael Mijas. This week we have White Belt BJJ on. You might have seen a couple of their memes floating around Facebook and the internet. And we're going to have them on to talk a little bit about, how they started and everything else. And, what goes into their meme making. How do they go about getting their fans and everything. But first, we got some stuff going on. Tap Out Cancer is... this week? Next week.
Next week.
Tap Out Cancer is next week. And we also have a lot of news from everybody, and welcome to another week of the Brazilian Jiu-jitsu Hour podcast. Stefanis Kokis, as always. With me is Cody Tuttle. And
oh my God, what?
YouTube. I hear my voice in my own ears, and YouTube decides to.
I was like, oh my God, what? Yeah, there's Rickson Gracie announced his own. He started his own federation, his own jiu-jitsu federation, his own tournament, and they're allowing, from what I heard, they're allowing knee reaping in this. And what is it? What's the penalties for
pulling guard? No longer pull guard.
That's not for me and you, Cody.
No, it's not.
No, that is not our style. But you know what? I think they've tried. I think the Grays have tried this before, doing their own federation, and it kind of didn't go that well. So,
well, Rickson did that Budo Cup in 2005, and that was a pretty cool event. They had some pretty big names competing, and I think it's pretty cool that he's given it a shot. He certainly has the name recognition. There's probably a whole lot of business sense involved in creating something that can rival the IBJJF, but any sort of competition is good because it's going to force the IBJJF to improve. It's going to force all of the other tournament circuits out there to step their game up just a little bit.
Yeah, but do you think he could land the big names though? Because the federation's been around since '96. They've been around for.
They've been. I mean,
there's some history there. You know what I mean?
They have
for a while.
They have the consistent draws of all the big names, but Five Grappling just showed up last year, and I think they did a pretty good job of recruiting some serious talent. So I think it's definitely possible. I think
Eddie Bravo's stuff too. Eddie Bravo drew a lot. I
think that people will go wherever the money is because really, even though you win the world title at the IBJJF, and that is the true world title, there's really no money with it. So. No.
They're starting now. I think they're starting now.
Yeah, with the Pro League.
Yeah.
But that's, I think that's still only once a year.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think that, you kind of have to weigh, what's more important. The revenue that you can generate by winning the world title or the instant cash that you can get from, winning one of these other tournaments.
Well, definitely. I'm thinking right now that probably the second biggest tournament in America right now is probably the Five. Five Grappling seems to be really doing some really big, real big tournaments, and they're a little unique too. They got music when you get your awards. They do a couple of unique stuff, which I think is really interesting. And they got a lot of big names competing too, So I like to see more Metamorises. I'd like to see maybe I think they were even saying. I think somebody was. I don't know if.
Looks like they're going to do
Halleck
2 to 3 a year.
Yeah, I think Halleck was saying they were going to do a couple more a year, which maybe they'll turn it eventually into or was it Halleck that posted that he's going to do where there's going to actually be a title on the line?
Yeah, the Dean Lister Josh Barnett match is for the heavyweight title. The only thing I can't figure out is what happens if it goes to a draw.
Yeah, unless they're going to bring judges unless they bring judges just in for that.
And that messed up the entire second event. So
yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, I'm really interested how that's going to go down. How are you going to have a title fight with a record? It's not
really just hope that somebody submits the other guy and figure it out on the fly.
Like soccer, you end in a tie. I don't.
Speaking of Metamoris, Gary Tonin shot his promo video. It's not released yet, I don't think, but
I want to see that.
He was trying to get his whole school there, so see what happens.
Yeah, so I posted that. That's
looking forward to it.
What do you think about his opponent, Kid Dale?
I like his great white grip. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw the video.
That's cool.
Yeah. I saw the video.
Kid Dale's definitely interesting.
He has some real fight. He's a pretty tough competitor. I saw his.
Yeah.
I've only seen a couple of his matches. I saw his one match against Keenan. last year, and it was pretty. He gave Keenan a run for his money, so he's legit. He's definitely legit. He's got some nice.
Yeah, I mean, that was really close. It was like the first round, and it was 2-2, and I think Kit lost because he got a penalty for stalling. And really, if you look at the stalling call that gave him the -1, I mean, he was just circling Keenan's open guard, and the ref just blasted off a penalty, seemingly, out of nowhere. I mean, it was a good match. I saw some of his Copa Podia matches. He's been down there. He did pretty well, and he got his black belt in like 4 years. So that's pretty fucking incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's that's a lot. That's a lot of training.
Mm-hmm.
Get your black belt in 4 years. That's a lot of training,
and he's on this anti-drilling crusade. So he's.
I like that. I'm on the same crusade. I've been on that since I started jiu-jitsu.
Me too, but it's not getting any better. I don't know what. I don't know what.
Yeah, see, you're in shape. You're in shape, so it's okay for you to just. I need to stretch out and drill a little bit. I don't even do that. Like today, as soon as I got to the gym, I started rolling.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I just laid down and started. I flopped on there like a fat seal, and I just started rolling.
I really don't like that whole warm up thing. Like somebody,
I don't either.
Somebody at the gym said, "Have you ever seen a lion stretch before it, kills a gazelle?"
Yeah.
I'm not really a lion. I'm probably closer to that sea lion that you just described.
Yeah, I'm all the way sea lion. Where I just and I get on the fucking mat and someone just pounds it. That was my invitation.
I saw a video today of a great white shark that swallowed a sea lion and died because the sea lion got stuck in his throat and it obstructed.
Really?
Yeah. They found it in Australia. And then it was like flopping up on the shore like 2 days ago, and then they found out that it was the same sea lion from that video. But yeah, the sea lion like obstructed the water flow to its gills, and it died because it swallowed the sea lion whole.
Wow, what a random what a random thing to happen. That's crazy.
Unfortunate.
Also, something random. Someone is sabotaging our YouTube page from England.
I don't know if it's from England, but that's what my best guess is.
It's definitely from England. It's
got to be. It's got to be them. They're not over the whole thing of us.
Look, you cost us 16 pennies.
Yeah, exactly.
Our monetization YouTube account had generated 16 cents.
Yeah.
And now you took it all away from
paid.
us.
So they emailed me and said that our AdSense account was disabled. So even if we put ads on the regular website, the BJJHour.com, then it said someone was clicking or there was a click bot, there were invalid clicks, and there was no way for me to figure that out. Like, I don't know why it happened. I don't click on the ads. I hit skip every single time. And so I went and looked at the source of revenue, and it said $85 from England, and I'm just like,
wait, we got $85?
No, it's the way they calculate it. It's how much the ad costs.
I was like,
it's how much the ad costs to
shopping.
No, I wish. It's how much the ad costs to place in the video, and so England generated $85 by itself. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. So like, if you look at our charts, you see a steady increase-decrease every 7 to 10 days because that's when we do our shows. And you'll see a heavy increase once in a while because we do the live streams that get put up here in our competition videos. But other than that, it was like, that's a pretty regular thing when people release weekly videos and stuff like that. But this said, like, skyrocketed out of Europe, and I'm just like, I don't know what that is. I mean, we're not doing it. I know, sometimes I'll show the video, the highlight video for people and stuff like that. Yeah. So
English wankers.
But they said that, once it's canceled, they don't ever let you reinstate it. Even if I made another account or YouTube, they're not going to let me do it, get paid for it or whatever.
We're banned for life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you, England.
So we can. So like, even if like we did a video series that got really, really popular, then there's no way we can get paid for it by ads or anything else.
But you know what? I'm glad they lost in the World Cup.
I think it was Braulio Estima.
Yeah.
Or his Braulio?
Or Hodger. I bet you it was Hodger Grazer. Hodger Grazer's watching our videos. He's sitting there just clicking those videos because they want us off the air. Spreading the truth.
They don't want us to get that jiu-jitsu money, so
that's what it is. They want to keep it all to themselves.
Exactly.
And just because we're not world-class black belts doesn't mean that we can't make our $85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been $85, 85 pounds.
It was $85. Hold on, I can actually bring up the chart if you give me a second.
Which translates to 16 cents into each of our pockets.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, we could have bought like a fucking tatami gi or something.
Yeah.
16 cents?
No, with the $85. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's 60 cents.
Oh yes.
That's about how much they were, 60 cents tatami gis.
I really like tatami gis.
Do you?
Maybe, yeah, they fit me pretty good.
So, by the way, remember we were talking about how Street Fighter players get money? The winner of that World Finals competition took home $16,000.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
So, while I do this, you want me to bring in tonight's guest, White Belt BJJ?
Bring him on.
All right.
There's our other guest for the show tonight.
The fourth member of the BJJ Hour. He's climbing everything.
He's climbing everything. He's looking out the window.
Waiting for Erin to get home. That's all she does is sit at this window and wait.
Is it her dog or your dog?
It's hers.
Oh.
It's mine now.
Yes, it
But
is.
I inherited her.
You inherited her.
Mm-hmm.
Get my keys out of here. Look respectful.
Anthony, Todd.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, guys?
What's happening?
How are you? How's my sound?
You sound good.
Sounds good.
You sound great.
Yeah, I don't have one of those headphones that have a mic attached.
That's fine.
It's all right. Those are nice headphones. Look at those.
They look like pretty big headphones.
Yeah, those
These
are
are for music recording in a studio.
those are nice. Those are nice. What's up, Todd?
Hey, how are you doing?
Where you at right now? Are you in Virginia?
Yeah, I'm in Virginia Beach right now.
Did you get some crabs?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
I'm going there in about 2 weeks. You gotta find me some good spots.
I will. I'll scope them out. I'll leave some for you.
Thank you. So you guys are the original. Is it your guys? Do you both of you guys run it? The White Belt?
Yeah, Tony started it. I'll
You're
let
looking
Tony.
at 'em.
Tony, how did this all come about? Tell us, how did this all come about?
I'm hearing some lag in my headphones, so bear with me.
You sound good.
Yeah, but I'm hearing. Okay, but anyway, it all started. Can you?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
I just heard a "What's up, Todd?" and nobody said it. But anyway,
Oh, are you guys watching the live stream?
should I turn that off?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I'm a noob. I've never Skyped
It's all right.
whatever.
All good.
Okay, that should be good right there. It all started because I was constantly posting everything that I wanted to see, being a new BJJ white belt, to my own Facebook, and it was starting to irritate everyone that was in my friends list because none of them did BJJ. So I said, I'll just make a fan page so I can keep a record of everything that I wanted to keep track of. And all of a sudden, I met the madman Todd Schaefer. He had the classic meme of students, blue belts, watching the new student show up. And I happened to find him and brought him on board. I was like, dude, you have to come aboard, man. We're perfect. And but it was not made in any way, shape, or form to be something that I don't know, to be like a company or something that would go forward. It was just kind of made to be a way for me to record all the videos and all the articles that I wanted to keep track of initially.
So it wasn't really planned. It just kind of developed into this entity that it is right now.
Definitely was not planned at all.
Still
For
not
sure.
planned. Still not planned at all.
Yeah, right? That is true. We just kind of fly by the seat of our pants, and I don't know. People seem to like it, so that's kind of cool.
Now, I think people like it because it's the way it sounds, white belt. It sounds like it. Of course, it's you guys aren't white belts, but it's almost open to everyone. It almost has like this feeling where it's open to everyone. The site, it's open, like it doesn't matter, if you're a blue belt, if you're a black belt. It's bigger than that.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
true, but I just got my blue belt May 21st, so I haven't been a blue
Congratulations.
belt for very, very long. But thank you very much. It was super
So I think what Tony did with kind of starting this whole thing was we've all heard the quote, a black belt's a white belt that never gives up. And I train under John Razai, and he says it all the time. He said we're all white belts with different color belts. So that really it went from Tony keeping a diary to almost 10,000 people's diary. We've got more likes on or more followers than the IBJJF on Twitter. So
That's
we've
awesome.
we've apparently hit a nerve, and as long as we keep ourselves laughing, and if we keep 2 people from quitting, we've done a great job.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy the way that the memes are so attractive to people. I mean, there's many different blogs out there, but people really seem to like them. And Todd is a meme master, and the combination of the two of us, for some reason, has some sort of a magical kind of draw, and that's kind of cool and appreciated because we don't really get anything for it at all. Except
Well, we get to be on cool podcasts.
There you
yes,
go.
I know. I've never been interviewed for anything, man. So it's kind of pretty cool.
It's all good. We'd like to have
that's
people
okay. Because if you had set it up for profit and set up a YouTube account, apparently people can just hack your YouTube account and sabotage that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard you
Yeah.
calling out. I heard you calling out Hodger. I'd like to go on record. I don't want any of that.
Chester, we don't either.
I had enough trouble. I got a picture of him with the Worlds, and I could tell I annoyed the hell out of him.
Sorry, you guys got banned in England. By the way, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like we're not allowed to make money on our YouTube videos anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I was really looking forward to all the money we were going to make.
Yeah, all 10 cents every week.
yeah. We don't have any YouTube videos, but we have a channel
There you go.
Well, you need,
and the future.
Todd, I want to ask you a question. You travel a lot. I thought I traveled a lot. I think you may travel a little bit more than me. But the beauty of it, you get to see so many different jiu-jitsu gyms. What was you were at Foster's, right? That was your last one you were at?
No, I was actually in Seaside, Oregon with Zach and Nate Adamson. They are Lovato's 5th and 6th black belts. They hosted a seminar with James 300 Foster, who came down about 3 hours from where he's at, and Hanato Laranja came up as well, and it was fantastic. So, yeah, I cover the West Coast for my job, so I get out. I'm very, very lucky. very lucky.
I'm extremely jealous. Because tell me a little about Hanach. Tell me about his gloriousness. Tell me about it.
They did a really, really good job playing the 300, the Xerxes versus Leonidas gig. Seminar was a laugh a minute. Probably some of the most easy to assimilate techniques that I've ever been to a seminar. Usually I come out of a seminar and I'm like, blah, 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 and I'm trying to remember it. But and what I found out later is these guys did not plan this, but they took turns doing a technique. And Foster said later, there was no way I was following Hanato. So they took turns back and forth, and it was very, very cool. Foster, his approach was more about the position before the technique, like establishing a solid place before you launch into anything. So his approach was a little more open-ended. It's kind of like get here, and then you've got these 3 options. Hanato was very my way or the highways, so to speak. Just fun to be around, all for a great cause for the Doug Flutie Jr. Autism Foundation.
Nice.
Lots of very cool raffles. Chuck Palahniuk gave 2 copies of Fight Club signed. Show Your Roll had a gi. Kill Cliff was one of the sponsors. just a really, really nice atmosphere, and it really underscored everybody's kind of train with everybody mentality. It was awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
What techniques did Hanach teach?
He taught a very, very several very cool knee slice passes. He taught a super slick escape from side control that I'm totally using, and like this just beautiful Darce choke from that same when somebody has you in side control. So he built on that side control position. Just jiu-jitsu of a 27-time world champion. That's all I can say.
Yeah, because white belts never get stuck in side control.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever.
Exactly. And I had the pleasure the night before, there was an open mat. I had the pleasure to roll with Foster, and it was like having a sequoia roll around on you. It was pretty eye-opening.
He looks like a big boy.
He's 6'5". He's 6'5".
Did he X-pass you?
No. He almost tapped me from just being in mount. He was just destroying me. So, but one of the sweetest guys I've ever talked to. Probably only second to Shanji in terms of just a sweet guy.
Nice.
Todd, now let me ask you about the memes, about the memes. Let me ask you, how did these get developed? What is
How
is
it pronounced? Is it mem?
Is it Mimi or mem?
Is it meme?
Shanji says Mimi. I say memes.
It's memes.
It's
Yeah.
memes? Oh.
It's memes.
Whatever. How do they come about? A lot of times Tony just hit one out of the park and I get pissed, so I go like back to the laboratory to try to come up with something. But a lot of times, I mean, I'm an older dude. I'm 42 now, and I've absorbed a lot of pop culture. So I'll find myself going through websites, looking at like old 70s TV shows, and I see like an old Starsky and Hutch picture, and somebody's face will say, they just speak to me. I don't
jiu-jitsu everywhere.
I don't overthink them.
You can see it everywhere.
I mean, I see those faces, and those faces, making those memes is kind of a healing process for me because I've had all those thoughts. And, if anybody, shares that feeling, man, it's just cool. It's just super cool.
Well, I think that's why people connect with the site, with the whole idea, because people are like, they'll roll that, they go, oh, I had that look, or oh, I've been through that, and I think it hits people instantly, and it's something they feel inside, and that's why they're so connected. They want to share it right away, or they'll tag someone's name on it. You know what I mean?
We'll post the technique video on the blog, and maybe 50 people might like it. Then you post a meme, and 500 like it. So it's clear that people they like that instant gratification.
Yeah,
of being able to see something and identify with it right away.
I think it's that picture speaks 1,000 words kind of idea, and then you've just added 5 to 10 more. So it's like it's taking an image that we all grew up with, maybe, or like I did one for that NOS commercial that I saw 10,000 times during the UFC last night.
Oh my God, so many times.
Or I do something with the kid that broke his toe one of the last events. I can't think of his name, but it just pops in my head, and I like to not think too much. I mean, sometimes Tony has to check me into the glass when I jump the gun a little bit too much, but all the best ones are the ones that I didn't think about.
Yeah, sometimes I'll see a picture that reminds me of jiu-jitsu, and then sometimes I'll think of a concept in jiu-jitsu that makes me look for a picture. But generally, that's the way it goes. It's one of the two.
Now, before you guys release the how do we say it again? Meme.
Meme.
Do you guys?
We've settled on meme here.
Okay, okay, on me. So do you guys like show it to each other? Then like, okay, this is the one we're gonna release. Do you guys, or is it just boom? And
Nope.
you're like, oh, look what
Nope.
Todd did, or look what Tony
Nope.
did.
Nope.
Nope. I think there was.
Whenever we feel like it.
Yeah,
There you
whenever
go.
we feel like it. If Tony just if he just launched one, I got a good one in the chamber, I hold on to it
I
because
know,
I
right?
want to make sure the meme has a life. I don't want to cut it off too short. If Tony's got one that's cooking 300, 400 likes, I hold off until it starts to die down.
Exactly.
Or if I send one out that I sent one with me and Justin Rader. I got a little hubris in me and sent one with me and Justin Rader, and I think it got 40 likes. And I think Tony thankfully jumped in with something else to distract the audience.
Nice.
So they don't all work. So
One
like
thing
that.
I have noticed is that memes go over better in the evening. Or very
Yeah.
early in the morning. It's a strange thing. In the middle of the day, people want to read a blog and what have you, but for sure, it seems like right in that evening hour when people are at home and checking out Facebook or Twitter before they go to bed, that's when they want to see
Yeah.
like some
I'm on
meme
my phone.
entertainment.
I'm on my phone all day, but I find myself subconsciously thinking about time zones. Like I'm like, oh, this is going to hit big in the West Coast, and then I've got my Oregon people. I got Foster. I've got this sort of set group of people that I know if I've struck a nerve, and if they like it right away, I know it's going to hit big.
So there's a whole
Right.
formula to this. This is an amateur hour. There's like a whole formula. This is a.
I wouldn't
mean,
call it a
it's-
formula. I'd call it like jazz.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a formula, but it's definitely wasn't something that was learned from someone else. It just kind of happened along the way. At first, no one liked the page really for a long time for the first 2 months, and Sean Roberts was actually the first person to like the page, and right after that, 100 other people liked it, and that's when it kind of started to become a responsibility to come up with entertainment because now people were watching, and and the responsibility is still there. But amazingly, the well never runs dry. There's always something new that comes out in news that can be made into a meme, and just kind of keep rolling with it.
Now I've played around with a couple of memes here on our site, and I get some really bad reactions. Like really, like the one guy was almost calling me a murderer. He
The
sent me a
bicycle one?
message- The bicycle one. It said I was late to jiu-jitsu, and I thought it was fake. I thought it was like one of those like photoshopped. I thought it was a car running into bikes. I didn't know that it was an actual. People actually died in that. I had no idea. So I'm like, oh, this is funny. I'm like, so I wrote on there, I'm late to jiu-jitsu. Man, bad idea. This guy even posted. He sent me
Yeah.
that video article of the drunk guy in it was in
Texas,
somewhere in
right?
Texas. Yeah, and in Mexico, and he killed all
Oh,
these
it was a
people.
race. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was photoshopped, and I was like, oh, my bad. I didn't know that's real.
Thankfully, I haven't done that. I could see myself doing that though very easily because I don't do a lot of fact checking. I just try to make sure it's not any of the big jiu-jitsu photographers' pictures because that's a big no-no, and that'll
Yeah.
get you scorned in the community
Absolutely.
If you use
as it should.
The way I look at it, if it makes me laugh when I make it, and if I make something and it gives me a chuckle, then I know probably other people are going to like it as well. That's kind of my rule
You gotta
of
have
thumb.
faith. You gotta have faith in your meme. You
Yeah.
gotta
yeah.
You
just
have to
like
have faith
just
in
like your technique. It's not gonna work every time, but you gotta believe in it, or it's never gonna work.
There you go.
Yeah.
So trust your technique, trust your memes.
There you
Yep.
go. You gotta check
That's
hand in hand.
success.
And people
Tell-
really do seem to like them.
Oh, they do. They're everywhere.
It's
I
strange.
see them everywhere. They're everywhere. I'm like, they're at it again. Todd's got a good one. Tony, where do you train out of?
I train out of Ivy League Mixed Martial Arts in Annapolis, or Arnold, Maryland, close to Annapolis, under Master Danny Ives.
Danny Eyes, very nice.
Yeah, he's been around the game for a long time. He's trained with some of the best, especially in the old school era.
Yeah, Danny Eyes. And Todd, you're with John in Newcastle.
Yeah, John and Kate Razai in Newcastle under Saulo Ribeiro and Shanji.
Tell John I'd like to get John on here one day.
Oh, I know.
I know John's got some good stories. John originally did he bring Solo here? Was he one of the
He was one of the original guys. He started with Steve Maxwell, and he started with Horian Gracie out in California actually. After he watched Lethal Weapon, but then he ended up with Steve Maxwell, and then Solo when he came to America. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. That was. I'd love to have John on here. I'd love to have John on here.
Definitely. I'll talk to him.
What about training? How much training have you been doing, Todd? With all the traveling, do you get to train wherever you travel at, or do you
yeah, I try. I mean, it's no coincidence that I try to seek out activity or places where I can train. I've gotten to I was at Lovato's for 4 days a couple weeks ago. That was amazing. Where else have I been? I've been to the University of Jiu-Jitsu several times now in San Diego, a bunch of California schools, Hibero schools. I try to start out with Hibero schools if I can find them. My last few trips have been pretty busy though, so I haven't trained as much as I want. I trained during the seminar. I'm out here on vacation in Virginia Beach, and we have 5 schools here. So I'm going to a grand opening Saturday. Chris Blanky from Toledo is teaching a seminar, so I'm going to that. So as much as I can, but I still have to make good on my work trips as well.
Yeah, you have to actually work. I hear you.
Exactly.
So
Don't we all?
I've got a question. The gym that I train at isn't part of like a big nationwide organization, and the Hibero organization is huge. So when you're traveling and you find other gyms in your association, is it easier to walk into as part of that association, or does it feel different than if you were just going into any gym that's in the city? What's that like?
Yeah, there's when you're a Hibero student, I have not met a school. It's kind of an unwritten law that you train at whatever Hibero school for free. There's no mat fees, so they're automatically welcoming you from that perspective. It's a huge organization, but I don't think it's too huge where if you're relatively active on Facebook, I've been able to just interact with so many people. So there's a Facebook passport that I think you get where folks know you. And then obviously I try to go out of my way to stand out in the organization and not just on White Belt Jiu-Jitsu. I do a lot of stuff for Lovato. I do a lot of stuff for Salo and Shanji, just promoting their whatever they have going on, whether it's the BJJ library or Metamoris coming up. So I think that I pay a little more into the organization, and I think they definitely pay me back by always welcoming me. So Cody, definitely it helps to have a big organization, a big family.
I think I've actually seen a couple of those promotional posts with like you just tag in Lovato or like James Popolo.
Yeah.
I have seen a couple of those. So we're not friends on Facebook, but you're reaching out beyond just your friends list, so that's that effort's getting out there.
And Todd has recently been awarded the Silver Star for the Hibero Jiu-Jitsu Association, which is quite a high honor.
Yeah, explain that. How does that come about?
So Hiberos have a Silver Star designation that it looks just like their blade symbol, but it's a silver and black decal. It's reserved for higher level students who make some sort of special contribution. I've seen people, Salo will put you through a hell test at your purple belt, and he'll award you the purple star or the silver star. It's different for everybody, and I think John awarded me mine, and a couple other guys in the school, a few other purple belts. I think it's just partly because when Salo came to Newcastle for the first time in about 5 or 6 years, And this is where my memes started. I started making all these goofy Saulo Ribeiro pictures to promote his seminar, and he liked them. And when he gave me my purple belt, he said he's also going to give me a job. He wanted me to help promote the Ribeiro website. And so I kind of took that job and I expanded upon it. And I think part of that job is White Belt Jiu-jitsu. Part of that job is helping Lovato. Part of that job is helping you guys. I look to help anybody that, respects me, treats me well, and opens doors for other people.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome to take. That's a big responsibility to get asked from the general himself to.
Yeah, I was pretty scared. Not as scared as when I rolled with him, but pretty scared.
That's pretty.
What was that like?
Yeah, what was that like?
I'm probably the first person that swept somebody right into him doing an armbar on me. For a split second, every cell in my body said, "Oh my God, I just swept Saulo Ribeiro." Then immediately after, every cell tapped to an armbar. I have no idea how it happened. I've never watched video of it, but I took a private with him that was a little more, I guess it was a full hour. And it was like rolling with a sandbox. Everywhere you push, the rest of the sandbox just falls on you. Never felt anything like it. Never felt so helpless in my life, but it was wonderful.
So who do you got picked at the Metamoris, Saulo and Comprito?
Saulo without a doubt. Saulo without a doubt.
I'm looking for. I'm an old guy, and I'm old school jiu-jitsu, so I like seeing the old guys.
I knew Todd was going to be so stoked when they said Saulo.
Yeah, those guys, man.
You called it out. You called it out after Metamoris 3 in a meme.
Yeah, I've been wanting those guys. I mean, without the Ribeiro brothers, an event is just lacking. And I know they've got some other stuff planned coming up, some Abu Dhabi stuff. So I want to see Saulo and Sanjay competing well into their 40s and beyond.
I haven't seen Sanjay compete at any of the. Is he injured? Is he doing something else?
He's recovering. He's had some shoulder problems for a long time, that off and on. But I know he's involved in the next Abu Dhabi.
Nice. That's exciting. That's real exciting. When is the next Abu Dhabi?
It's in Manaus. Is it next year or one more year? It's every 2 years.
Yeah, it's next year. So 2015, because they had it in October 2013.
It's in Brazil. So
that's gonna be awesome.
Now the last one's supposed to be in Brazil, so hopefully they don't have that conflict again and end up moving it somewhere weird like China.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
You have to stay up 3 in the morning.
Gary Tonin talks about
trying to watch it like this, and
Gary
nice
Tonin
to have
came
more
and talked
access.
about how bad it was to have to travel to China.
I got to hang out with Justin Rader and Jared Dopp while I was at Lovato's, and they told me China was pretty interesting. Not in a good way.
Yeah.
Jared did awesome. Did awesome. That was I think that got his name out there. That Abu Dhabi.
Jared, I got to hang out with him. We actually went to a Fridays and just hung out and had kind of a after class dinner. Super nice guy, man. Just super nice guy. Just hard worker. Does not get what he deserves for all of his hard work. I mean, all those guys, man, they're just killers. They're just killers. I watched him in Lovato roll, and it was just like something out of a nature channel. It was amazing.
Yeah, he looks like a freak athlete for sure. On top of being a great grappler.
I think he deadlifts 605.
I saw a picture with a lot of plates on. So
yeah, he's super strong.
Yeah, that's Cody. That's you like the deadlift. That's your kind of.
Yeah, but not Matt Lee. We're not even in the same range. So.
Yeah, I've only hit 505, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought I was awesome at 405.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to be in that right there with you, but
My weight training consists of lifting a McRib, so.
Yeah. You must be on my program, Mijas.
Oh, mine's a lot worse. Trust me. My diet is absolutely horrible. It is garbage
yeah.
in, garbage out all day long. I'm gonna end up dead on the mat one day. I see it coming.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna think I'm just laying there sideways, and I'm really gonna be me having a heart attack. But
Yeah. My nickname's the Waffle Maker, so as long as the Waffle Maker doesn't get on you, you're fine.
speaking of has anyone had the waffle taco yet from Taco Bell? Or am I the
No,
only best thing human being that's had
Taco
that?
Bell is like no fly zone for me.
No fast food at all here.
I can't do it.
Wow.
Have you had it?
No.
Yeah, I had it this morning.
You had it just before this session.
It was so good and so gross all at once. It was so nasty. It is the nastiest thing. It's this little waffle with this horrible with hard bacon bits in it, and it's with an egg. It doesn't even taste like egg. It tastes like Play-Doh.
No,
The philosopher, or
It was so bad. I still feel like when I was rolling today, I thought I was gonna puke on a couple of guys I was rolling with today. It was bad. So it was.
the lettuce tasted like Socrates. Bad joke.
Yeah, I'm not a healthy eater. I'm definitely not healthy.
As you all know,
So-
I'm known for bad jokes.
It's all right. It's all right. So Tony, how much training do you do a week?
I train about 6 hours a week, Monday and Wednesdays only, because I also work a normal job. But we have mammoth roll sessions. The last 1 hour and 15 minutes. You know,
Nice.
a few minutes of training or a few minutes of drilling, and then get right to just brutal combat. And then I also teach twice a week. You know, helping out with the fundamentals classes. Now that I got my blue belt. But yeah, so I train. But I always train. I rarely miss a day. I can't even remember the last time. So
Do you do a lot of gi or no gi?
and I don't do any no gi at all. I just don't.
You don't
find
own a no-gi, do you?
Yeah,
That's what I started. I started telling people, they're like, it's no-gi class tonight. I was like, I don't have a no-gi.
I'm a 1 month blue belt, and I own 8 gis.
Wow.
I know.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely like the gi situation. That's all I think about, and that's all I do.
So you don't do any no gi at all.
No, not really at all. I took MMA when I first joined my academy, and I was always upset when we didn't roll. So when I finally put on the gi, it was over from there. That's all I thought about, and that's why there was a white belt Brazilian Jiu-jitsu started within 5 months of my training.
There you go. Todd, do you do a lot of gi or do you do?
I would say I'm 99% gi, but this recent seminar, ironically with Hanach, I'm thinking I need to get into a little more no gi. He pretty much proclaimed that he's done all he can in the gi, and he wanted to talk about no gi this seminar. So it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Does he really have a solid skill set? I mean, I'm sure everyone.
He's. I don't want to break character for him, but he's
right.
He's a
I'll
legit,
go ahead and break it if you want me to. I'll go ahead and break it if you want me to.
He's a legit Eddie Bravo brown belt.
I heard that from a few people that he's a good brown belt.
That's fair enough.
He's a ridiculous. He's got some solid technique.
Yeah, I heard that from a few people that they said his no-gi brown belt is pretty slick.
Nice.
Yeah, obviously we're being recorded, but he's never trained in the gi, ever.
Oh wow!
Other than teaching his seminars, he's never trained in the gi. So I found that pretty enlightening.
Yeah, he's moving on to his own thing now, as opposed to being just linked to Eddie Bravo. So,
yeah, I talked to him a little bit about that stuff. Just freaking nicest guy in the world. He was actually on Days of Our Lives, and my wife's a huge Days of Our Lives fan. So I actually had him call my wife as Hanach, and he said, I heard you liked my character I did on Days of Our Lives when I was working on my English. And so he went into that character, and I could just hear my wife just dying on the phone on the other end. And it was an awesome call. He didn't have to do that. It was really cool.
That's pretty awesome.
It's really cool how, even like the biggest names in jiu-jitsu are, super down to earth guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that, maybe somebody out there has had a bad experience with one of these guys, but it's not me. I've never met anyone that wasn't, just super nice and always willing to help.
And what other sport can you train along with all the superstars?
Yeah. None.
Not too much effort.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could never get a one-on-one with LeBron. I'll tell you that.
No. Nor would you want to.
No, not,
Yeah, right.
not really.
Especially
I
me.
would like to go 50-50 with him though.
Well, guys, we really appreciate you coming on. If you guys want to give a shout out to anyone listening, give your Facebook page info to all the listeners. The mic is yours. Go ahead and wrap us up.
Go ahead,
Man,
Tony.
I was gonna say, Todd. I mean, who shall we thank? I mean, honestly, except for each other. I mean, we're
Thank
the
yourselves.
ones. Yeah, I mean, Todd and I just kind of making it happen, and thank you, obviously, to all the people who enjoy it. But yeah, no one's really helping us along, so we don't have like a sponsor to thank or what have you.
Talk yourself up. There you go.
It would
Talk
be nice
yourself
if Show You Roll would maybe sponsor us or anybody at all.
Trying to get gi number 9, right?
Come on now.
I want to thank the Razais. I want to thank the Hibero brothers. I want to thank Lovato, Raider, all those guys. I want to thank all the guys that gave us content on the White Belt site. James Foster, Nathan Mendelson, tons of guys, the Adamson brothers, Kurt freaking Osiander, fuck yeah. All those guys, without them, kind of giving us some credibility, man. I'm just stealing pictures and putting words on them. So I appreciate everything, and I appreciate you guys having us on.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. This is a really neat experience. I've never been on a Skype situation like this before. It's kind of cool.
Oh, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
And
for
I would
coming
like
on,
to
guys.
thank my academy and my, my trainer, Master Danny Ives, since Todd's going to be throwing in the Rozzies.
And she would try to hide it behind her back. And
All right.
All right.
Who's
Alright,
watching
guys.
TV really
Yeah,
loud?
someone has the TV on really loud.
Someone's blasting TV. Who's it?
Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's you. Always Cody. Always
Yeah.
Cody. Anyways, guys, thanks for coming on. And,
Thanks,
it was
Mike.
Awesome having
Thanks,
you guys
Cody.
on.
Thanks, Stephanus.
And good luck with your jiu-jitsu journey, and hopefully we'll have you guys on again one day.
Oh,
Sounds good. Thanks, man.
Very,
Yep,
very
and we'll
much.
see you guys on the book.
Have a good night, guys.
Awesome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Sorry, guys. Always screwing something up with
I
my.
was wondering what that was. I was like,
if it's not the dog, it's last week it was the dog. Tonight it is the TV.
it's always something, Cody. What are we gonna do with you? It's always.
I don't know. At least it's not Rob Sullivan's UFO landing.
Yes, that's true.
background noise.
That was freaky.
Yeah.
So, Stephanie, I don't see your picture. Is that?
I'm here.
He's hiding behind his screen.
My dinner got here while we were recording.
You ate during live show?
Yep.
Was it the McWaffle taco thing?
No, it was a 16-inch buffalo chicken hoagie.
Oh, so I'm not the only one eating unhealthy. Good.
I eat once a day down
So-
here.
So a foot was not enough. You need 16.
All the pizza shops down here, they make nothing but huge, obnoxious hoagies. But, is there anything else? Any other business you gotta take
That's
care
it, guys. I'm
No.
about to go hit the old hay, and I will see you guys next
Next
Thursday,
Thursday.
10
Thursday.
p.m. We'll continue this
The show.
this show, this funness,
This wild ride.
this awesomeness.
All right, and check out White Belt BJJ on Facebook. Give
Yes.
them a like.
Give them a
Uh,
like.
They came on and talked about their awesome memes tonight.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Fuck England. Scotland all the way.
Fuck
Damn
you.
it, Braulio Estima.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Deuces.